Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to the Steam Autumn Sale 2023. Sale has started running from the 21st of November until the 28th. This first video, we are looking at games that have hit new historic lows, so they've never been cheaper. Quite a lot of games, so let's get into this. First up, we begin with the Callisto Protocol. So I've seen this game steadily drop every sale, and now we are down to 65% off, $21. 875 in India. So I think this is the first time it's under 1,000 in India. 17 pounds, 28 in Canada, 21 in the Eurozone. It's got that Dead Space type feel to it. Initially, I had seen a lot of hype. A lot of people say that it is very interesting. Graphics look amazing. I mean, I don't remember, but I could recognize this actor. Like, I don't remember his name, but I recognized his face. Is that good? So, made by Crafton. And yeah, 65% off. You could get it now if you are interested, or wait further, because I feel like this game will keep dropping until it's like at a steady sort of 70-75% off. Next is Evil West. So another game that I wanted to try. This is made by Flying Wild Hog, the people behind the Shadow Warrior games. It looks interesting, like Wild West with creatures and stuff like that, beat 'em up. So this is now at a 60% sale, 920 in India, $20, 18 pounds, 28 in Canada, 20 in the Eurozone. So the starting games that I'm mentioning right now, the first set of games, these are games I've not played. These are newer games. Towards the sort of later part of the video, all the games I mentioned will be games that I have played. So next we have a BLACKTAIL Requiem. So I've not played this one. I played the first game, very good game, very popular game. I was given away free and a hugely successful game. This is a sequel, better, bigger, I guess. So this is also on a new low. I think previously it was as low as 50% off. This time we are getting 55%. So 1035, 2249, 2024, 3149. So yeah, something I would like to try, but maybe I'll wait a little more. Sifu. So a few people in chat earlier were asking me about Sifu. So this is a third-person kung fu fighting game, and seems like a very interesting game. Very positive reviews, 89% positive, and this is now on a 50% sale, $624 in India, $20, 16 pounds, 22 in Canada, 20 in the Eurozone. And next is Dead Space, the remake. So another game that has steadily dropped during every major sale. This time it is all the way down to 50% off. So 1,500 in India, $30, 25 pounds. I'm pretty sure this will drop much further if you wait a little bit. You can see very positive reviews, 88% off. Like, this was probably one of the better games from this set of remakes and new releases we got this year. Circuit Superstars. So this is a simulation racing game in the isometric perspective. Apart from getting used to the sort of view, which takes a little time, it is a very well made game. I tried this on a free to play weekend and it was really fun. It takes you like a little time to get used to that, but once you get the hang of it, it is fun. There are a lot of different types of races, a lot of classes, and yeah, it looks very cute, but it's not that easy. This is not a casual game at all. So regional price is also very good on this one, 50% off, 264 in India, $10, 749 in the UK, 1139 in Canada, 10 in the Eurozone. They also have things like the Top Gear stick track and stuff like that, so it should be a lot of fun. Next is the Sinking City. So a Lovecraftian game, I think, Cthulhu stuff, supernatural. So yeah, there were some issues with like the publisher or developer that I'm not too sure what's going on here. It's like two different people publishing the games. There are some issues. However, this is on a new low, very cheap as well. So this is 90% off, 109 in India, $4, 349 pounds, 454 in Canada, 4 euros. And reviews are pretty good. Trek to Yomi. So this is a very stylish hack and slash style of game. Available on the Game Pass, so you don't really need to buy it if you have the Game Pass, but if you want it, it is on a good sale. 60% off, $352 in India, $8, 670 in the UK, 1039 in Canada. Hokko Life. So if you wanted an Animal Crossing style game, this might be the closest thing you can get on Steam. So it says here, hop off the train and into your new life in the village of Hokko. Take over the old workshop and get creative, use crafted materials and design everything in town with complete creative freedom. What type of town will you build? 75% off, only 132, $5, £4, $5.69 in Canada. Valkyrie Elysium. So I saw this game when it came out, and generally I saw the positive reviews for the combat and action in this game. Reviews aren't particularly great here. Maybe not a lot of people have played, but the actual video reviews that I saw from people, they were generally very positive for this game. So that's why I mentioned this. So it is 60% off, $1,200 in India, $24. 20 in the UK, 32 in Canada. Maybe a little on the expensive side, but generally what the reviews were saying was the combat was really good, even if the story wasn't particularly the best. So yeah, people who like these games, combat heavy games, I guess you might enjoy this. Next we have Bramble the Mountain King. So here it says, Bramble the Mountain King is a grim adventure set in a world inspired by dark Nordic fables. Explore the beautiful yet dangerous and twisted land of Bramble in your endeavor to rescue your sister, traverse a wondrous landscape and survive deadly encounters with Bramble's many hideous creatures. Overwhelmingly positive, 91%. So in chat yesterday, people mentioned that there was a glitch with the pricing, and the base game is fine. It's like a normal price, $6.50 in India, 50% off, $15, so on and so forth. But here, this is where the glitch is. Basically, you get a bundle with Spirit of the North and Bramble the Mountain King, this one here, for $378. So game on its own is $650, bundle is $378, cheaper with another game, including this one. So my mind tends to not figure out how they do this without realizing. Could be deliberate, could be only a mistake in a certain region due to regional pricing. So let me know if you also have this here, but here in India, buying this bundle is cheaper than buying the base game, so I don't know. So anyway, if you're interested, this is $378. Next we have BLACKTAIL. So another interesting, maybe similar game. Forge the legend of Baba Yaga, a girl accused of witchcraft and expelled from her home. Live out the origins of the Slavic myth in this one-of-a-kind blend of intense archery combat and dark storytelling set in a vibrant fairy tale world. So yeah, that definitely looks very different to anything else. Looks beautiful graphically as well. So origins of Baba Yaga. So 60% off, $560 in India, $12, £10 and $16 in Canada. Alright, I think from this point onwards, all these games are games I have played, maybe apart from one or two. So first we have Battlefield 4. Embrace unrivaled destruction in Battlefield 4, revel in the glorious chaos of all-out war with blah blah blah. You know the drill, Battlefield games. 90% off, $250 in India, $4, $349. Again, people are not playing the game online, but isn't this the one with the campaign? We had like 4 or 5 different campaigns, like 1 hour. Either way, this is very cheap. Battlefield 1, I do remember this one, and I think I even put up some videos. Individual stories from World War I, and yeah, this is also on a 90% sale, $250 in India, $4, £349, $549 in Canada, and $4 in the Eurozone. A few more people playing, but still not that many. Hunt Showdown. So Hunt Showdown I played all the way back when it was in early access in 2019 or 18 or whatever, and yeah, it was very interesting. I mean, I couldn't get into this game, but I could see how well made this was. The audio in this game was amazing. So it is a sort of get into an area, extract, pick up something and get out before the others hunt you down, with some very crazy creatures. They have been adding more. Very, very positive reviews here. 65% off, $564. Has been cheaper, but still I think the regional price has gone up. Initially it was cheaper when it was in early access, then they increased the price, and then I think they might have increased it further. So at the moment this is 65% off. It's $14, $12.59 in UK, $18.19 Canada, and $14 in the Eurozone. Player base is very healthy for a game like this because there are not that many people on the map. It's not like a battle royale with 100 people. It's more like 10 people, 15 people. and then the environment you fought, it's a PvE and a PvE mixed, so 15,000 is excellent. Next is Metal Hellsinger. So this was in a Humble Choice bundle last month, and also previously when it came out I got a key from the dev. So this is a rhythm FPS game. You are like a half demon, half human type creature who descends into hell, and you have to shoot everything, kill everything in sync with the music. Now, unlike some other games, like one of the other games that I really like, Bullets Per Minute, where your gun even doesn't even fire if you're not in sync, this one, it's a little less intense, I guess. It's more forgiving, let's say. And by the way, all this snowy area, this is still hell somehow. And so yeah, I found it interesting. It's got metal music as well, and overwhelmingly positive. There's a demo if you want to try. 66% off, $4.35 in India, $10.19 dollars, £8, $13.22 in Canada, and $10.19 in the Eurozone. Only thing I did not like was the bosses at the end of the level were kind of the same, all of them. Next is the Gunk. So the Gunk is, I would say, more of a relaxing game. So you have these two scavengers in space who land on a planet, alien planet, and there's this gunk everywhere. And so one of you, the protagonist, you go along cleaning everything. So you have this thing in your hand, like a cleaner, something to suck everything up, and you just clean the whole place. And when you do that, sort of the area becomes full of life and color, and the vegetation grows back. And yeah, it was a very nice, relaxing game, 4 or 5 hour game. I enjoyed this. There was a bit of a mysterious story that you uncover as you end up cleaning the whole place. And yeah, it's a very fun game. I played it from the Game Pass, I think. 60% off, $2.27 in India, $10, £8, and €10. Next is The Surge. So if you're a fan of Dark Souls type games, Souls-like, this is a more futuristic one where you have this exoskeleton on your character. You fight other people, you kill them, and you chop off parts of their exoskeleton and equip it on yours to improve yours. So yeah, interesting game. There's a sequel as well. This one is very low for the base game. 87% off, 91 rupees only, less than $2, £168, $2.59 in Canada, $1.94 in the Eurozone. There's an augmented edition, which is also not that much more, $2.40 in India, less than $5, £4.39, $7 in Canada. So it has all the extra packs and stuff, I guess. So yeah, positive reviews as well. Next is Deliver Us Mars. Okay, so this one I haven't played, but I have played the previous game. And also the reason I'm mentioning this one is this is on sale here. However, this Thursday on the Epic Games Store, this will be given away for free. So if you pick games there, you can get it. Otherwise, this is on a new low here. The first game, Deliver Us the Moon, I had played this, I had streamed this, made a review and stuff. I really enjoyed this game. Basically, the story here is you're in the year 2053 or something, and it's at this point in time, all the energy resources of Earth are supplied by Moon. So there's a station on Moon that sends an element or something called a helium-3 or something, which is basically the main source of power on Earth. And then one day the moon station goes dark, no communication, nothing. You don't know what the hell happened there. So you are a lone astronaut sent there as humanity's last hope to figure out what the hell happened and restore power, basically. So interesting game. I really liked it. Initially when it came out, they sort of left it at a cliffhanger, but there was a public outcry, so they ended up completing and finishing the game, adding more story. And then now we have a sequel, Deliver Us Mars. So $182 in India, $8, $6.39 in the UK, $9.27 in Canada, $8 in the Eurozone. Outriders. So I am one of those rare few people who actually liked this game. I played the whole game, completed the campaign, but there was an expansion that came out called World Slayer, which kind of killed the game. Initially it was okay, wasn't doing that well, but that World Slayer kind of ruined it, the expansion. But the base game was still enjoyable, and now that it is kind of cheap, I think it's worth a look. Again, my opinion personally, it's the reviews you can see is mostly positive but mixed. So basically here it's once again a story where Earth is like getting destroyed by wars and other things. So humanity, what they do is they put the surviving people, not a lot, on 2 ships and send those ships to a planet somewhere in space, which is like 100 years away, and hoping to start again over there. Now, the way they went there is like they put some people in cryo for like 20 years, 40 years, and everybody took turns and got there. Now, you are an outrider. Outriders are like people who are a bit more enhanced. They go there and, well, they are not enhanced at the time, but they're like super soldiers, if you will. And their job is to go and get there first and see what things are like and if it's inhabitable for people and all of that. So when you get there, you find out that the other ship never made it, and you are like the only ones who have survived. When you get there, some strange anomalies, atmospheric anomalies happen, and a lot of your outriders get killed. You survive, and in that process you also become even more powerful because of all these anomalies and things like that. So you become an altered, and that is basically the story. You have to find what happened, the people who have been here, and basically also the interesting thing is I'm telling you all of this story which is from this demo because I'm not trying to spoil anything. Basically what happens is you get also sort of injured and you're put in cryo sleep. You wake up 30 years later on that new planet where the remnants of the survivors of that one ship, they end up fighting each other, and there's like a civil war, and you are like completely unaware. You just landed day 1 and you got injured and in cryo sleep. So you just wake up and trying to figure out what the hell happened. So yeah, that is the game. And then there's another thing. This woman comes up in the expansion. I haven't played the expansion, but the base game, I kind of found it interesting. It's a looter shooter type of game. Anyway, long review over. I found it nice, but again, up to you. Next is Doom 2016. I guess I don't need to say anything about this one. Really fun shooter, pretty good reboot. 80% off, $3.20 in India, $4, $3.19 in the UK, $4.99 in Canada. Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales. So this another game, Witcher series. Basically, it's a Gwent-based game. If you remember from the main game, there was a card game called Gwent. So this one is based on that. And there's another story of the Queen of Lyria and Rivia. So you accompany her. It's basically her story, and Geralt is also there. And yeah, 75% off, $2.50 in India, $5, $4.24 in the UK, $5.49 in Canada, $5 in the Eurozone. So if you are invested in the lore of the universe, Witcher universe, and you want more Witchery goodness, I guess you could give this one a try if you liked the Gwent game. Next is Beyond a Steel Sky. So this is your old school point and click adventure game. There was a game called Beneath a Steel Sky from the early 90s that was very popular, and this is a sequel to that game some 26 years later or something. I have played this one, a really good game, old school stuff. This is cyberpunk from, let's say, the 1950s version of cyberpunk, if that makes sense. So you are in a futuristic city, but with the 1950s theme, if you will. It's got comedy elements, and do this, do that to get past this, stuff like that. Graphics are good, and this one is surprisingly cheap here. 80% off, $1.51 in India, only $7, £6, $8 in Canada. Remnant from the Ashes. So another game that I liked quite a lot. This was another one of those games where some people really loved it, some people did not. Playable in single player and co-op. Unusual creatures. It's called Dark Souls with guns. Although I've never agreed with that. I think it is a little difficult, but not too bad. I mean, on your own might be difficult. With a friend, I found it to be not that difficult. But yeah, very interesting game. Also, your playthroughs will be slightly different. The bosses you run into might be different. 70% off, $4.32 in India, $12, $9.29 in the UK, $13.64 in Canada, $12 in the Eurozone. GreedFall. So this is an RPG that I really liked. So this is set in, let's say, the New World setting. You are going to a new island, new world that you have discovered. Sort of colonial feel, I guess. And basically the old continent where you are from is afflicted by an illness. Everybody's sort of dying slowly. you go to this new place, mystical, magical land, different tribes and stuff. The game is a diplomacy simulator. So you are a member of the merchant guild, and there are different factions in the game, and you have to sort of manage each of the factions and control your relationship with them. Like, you can manage and be good with everyone and get along with everyone, or you can, you know, take one faction side and stuff like that. A lot of dialogue, a lot of talking. It's like an old BioWare style game. So yeah, if you are a fan of those style of games, you might like this one. 80% off, $319 in India, $7, £6, $9.59 in Canada, and $7 in the Eurozone. So yeah, so that's a quick look at a bunch of games on sale on new historic lows. I could have made this like much longer, but I wanted to not make the video too big. So yeah, have a look at all these games. I'll be making more videos. I'll focus more on the pricing next. But yeah, under 5, under 10, stuff like that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know if you discovered anything new here, and see you in the next one.